Okay, to this day, there are people who question marijuana and if it can truly be beneficial to one's health. I believe it can because my aunt had breast cancer. I'm not sure if it was stage 2 or 3, but she ended up having a double mastectomy. And she had to do radiation and chemo, and she was on nausea pills that would only make her sick. She couldn't get out of bed. She was fainting in and out of the hospital. And she couldn't eat, and she was on IV all day. And started smoking marijuana, and she was able to eat. She was able to walk around. She didn't have to take those pills anymore. And she was able to hang out with her daughters. And today I'm here to enlighten you on the medical benefits marijuana can have. And I'm going to give you a background first. The oldest known written record on cannabis use comes from the Chinese Emperor Shen Nung in 2727 BC. Greeks and Romans were also familiar with cannabis, while in the Middle East, use spread throughout the Islamic Empire to North Africa. In 1545, cannabis spread to the Western Hemisphere, where Spaniards imported it to Chile. And cannabis contains at least 85 types of cannabinoids, but today I will only be going over the 2 main types, THC and CBD, and how it can help people with ailments such as epilepsy, cancer, and even animals can benefit from this. THC stands for tetrahydrocannabinol, and that's what's the psychoactive effect in marijuana. It's when it gets too high. It was first discovered in 1964 at the Weizmann Institute of Science in Israel by Dr. Raphael and his colleagues. CBD is a non-psychoactive chemical in marijuana. It's called cannabidiol. And research has shown CBD to have anti-inflammatory and anti-anxiety properties without the psychoactive effects or the stomach feeling. There are a few marijuana strains that have high CBD, so the most popular way to utilize this effect is to do it in oil. To extract it, we usually use vegetable oil, so it's pure and you get the most strength out of it. A significant number of people with epilepsy have what is known as treatment-resistant epilepsy, according to Wally 2014. An estimated 30% of individuals with epilepsy do not find relief and control of seizures from existing pharmaceutical anticonvulsant drugs. So, the yellow bar is with the medications and how it affects them, and the green is giving them the oil, and it's giving them orally through the gums. You put it in your lips, or you can even get it on the bottom of their feet to stop a seizure. And that's what it looks like. It's not only can CBD help with people, it can help with animals as well. It's a product known as vet CBD. It's the same exact as human CBD, but a lower dose. It can help dogs and cats that suffer from nausea, pain, arthritis, body aches, and seizures as well. That's what it looks like. I actually give this to my dog. He's like 14 and he's a little Maltese, and he's hip problems and has a hard time getting up, so I give him 1 milliliter of this in the morning and at night with some wet food, and he's able to like walk around comfortably and pee outside instead of shit eating out. It's nice. It can also help cancer patients, as I went over in the beginning. And if you didn't know, the United States federal government officials have consistently denied that marijuana has any medical benefits. On the other hand, the government actually holds the patents for the medical use of the plant. And the patent number is 6630507. The U.S. government may hold this patent, but that will not stop their officials from consistently denying the benefits of medical marijuana. An FDA spokesperson, for instance, has claimed that smoke marijuana has no currently accepted or proven medical use in the United States and is not approved in medical treatment. And I guess she didn't get the memo. But THC helps cancer patients by combating the nausea and pain that come along with chemo and radiation. When taken by mouth, THC is absorbed poorly. It can take hours to be absorbed. So like an edible would take like 3 minutes, like 2 hours to digest and make you fully feel high. But when it's smoked, it's 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, and you feel high. And you can more easily dose yourself that way because if you eat too much of an edible, it's not good. When marijuana is smoked or vaporized, THC enters the bloodstream and goes through the vein quickly, and the psychoactive compound is produced in smaller amounts and has less effect. And hopefully with all this information today, you're more informed on the treatments.
So Matthew, do you have some comments, please?
Yeah. Overall, I thought it was pretty good. It was pretty clear to see what your topic was and your main points. You were pretty clear about making them and when they were transitioning into other points. The attention device was good. It definitely provided like a good real-life example instead of just like facts and stuff, which was nice. And then as far as other stuff, you had a tendency to look down in your nose a lot, which I know, which is like really hard not to do, especially when you have like a ton of facts. But like, it might be a little bit better idea to try to make just a little bit more audience eye contact. Other than that, I thought it was pretty good. It was focused. Facts were presented in a like orderly manner. One section wasn't like a lot longer than the others. It was pretty well balanced.
All right, well, thank you for your comments. I can't tell you what the time on it was because I wasn't running the timer, unfortunately, so you'll have to check that when you watch the video back. The introduction is fine. The example that you use is good. The topic's clear. I think you have a pretty clear statement of your purpose in the speech, although the delivery of it kind of hides everything. Everything is so low-key and so much in the same vein, and it's being delivered in such a dry way that it doesn't necessarily pull us in with the subject, even though you've got a nice story to tell and there's a good personal element to it. I did think that you had a preview at the beginning of the speech that was good, but in the body of the speech, I got to disagree a little bit with Matthew here. I didn't see that it was particularly well organized. I didn't think the information ran into each other. So it's not like stuff just piled up on top of one another, but it didn't seem like it was building at any particular point. It just seemed like we were getting random pieces of information instead of something that's building to a particular conclusion on each of those supporting points. And there's not really much in the way of transition material on some of these things. When you mention the patent, for instance, it sounds like a defiant, persuasive speech as opposed to an argument, as opposed to information about how it's treated. I'm not exactly sure that the FDA denies that it has medical treatments. In fact, like you said, they acknowledge it as medical treatments, but that's for a very specific application, and patients who get that patented medication that you're talking about, which is available, it's for, like I said, very specific things. What the criticism that I've generally heard made about this is that there are other applications that the FDA is not acknowledging, and that's where I think you needed to expand your information a little bit. The example of the PET treatment that you have is interesting. I'm not sure where you're obtaining the CBD. Is that prescribed by your vet? Is it something that you get from the veterinarian themselves? Because that sounds to me like it's another acknowledgement, if it's commercially available that way, that there is a legitimate treatment. And I think that that's a good piece of information to use, although people will tell you, and people who don't like using animals for research will tell you, well, you can't make any judgment based on the use of animals. So I thought that was an interesting point. You've got some, the pictures that you had, I think, actually do a good job kind of connecting the topic to reality. The bar graph that you had, I didn't think explained very much, and I didn't think you explained it as clearly as it needed to be. And the patent, though, that does kind of make your point, but like I said, it sounded more like it was an act of defiance here as opposed to much of an argument. And so I think that kind of misses the point that you're trying to accomplish. The main criticism that I have is the delivery. You're standing sideways while you're delivering the presentation most of the time. You stay behind the desk the whole time that you're speaking. Your voice doesn't really vary very much, and it just sounds like you're a little bit bored or, just out of it. You're not engaged with the speech very much. There's a lot of reading that's going on, so you're going to have to work on that. That's a small part of the current evaluation, but it's a huge part of the next evaluation, so you got to be prepared for that. Thank you.